live stream brought to you by GMTA Media, your number one trusted source for hip hop, sports, and entertainment. And as always, hosted by Nove and my brother Olito. What's the good word, Brody?
What's happening? What's happening? What's happening with everybody out there on this beautiful Thursday? What's going on, my brother? No, how you doing, bro? How's everything been with you?
Man, everything's been. I think you might be feeling the same way I'm feeling. Quite notorious.
Yeah, hell
Nah,
yeah,
man.
man.
No bullshit. I mean, the weather's tricky, right? We had 3 good days, 2 cold days, and then, but it's been a
A
beautiful day.
little bit of snow. There's even a
I
little bit of
know.
snow yesterday, bro. That shit was crazy.
Hey, what's crazy because after the last snowstorm, I told my daughter, I was like, "Yeah, that's gonna be the last snowstorm I'll celebrate." I'm like, "Yeah, that
Right.
I'm not a what's the weatherman. I'm not a weatherman. I can't predict the weather." What you got cooking up, man? I know you got some new about to drop soon.
Yeah.
Want to give us the behind the scenes, the backstage, or the
Yeah,
official
for sure. I
announcement?
could feel you. Yeah, I could feel y'all in a little something, what's going on, just a little.
How
Yeah,
nice.
so
How nice.
um, yeah, I was in the talks with Nove and whatnot, and uh, we came up with an idea and to pretty much like it's gonna be somewhat like an interview platform, where we're gonna interview. It ain't even gonna be like specifically just artists, like right. I mean, it's gonna be artists, but we're gonna like it's gonna be a very broad interview thing. We're gonna do producers, we're gonna do artists, we're gonna do people that have their own businesses. We're gonna get into all that type of stuff. Um, so yeah, look out for that. um, Next week. Yeah, we're gonna start recording. I'm not gonna tell you who my first guest is because you have to tune in to find that out. But
That's
yeah, it's gonna be
that's
fun. The guest that we got, I'm sure that a few people, if not more, are familiar with this guy. Uh, and yeah, it's gonna be fun. I already got a name for it. Should I tell him the name,
for sure.
or should we wait? Yeah, the name of the show is gonna be called Panorama. So yeah, look out for that. It's gonna be coming sometime next week. So keep your eyes open for me, and yeah, it should be fun. And if you guys want to get interviewed, or if you got something that maybe you got in the works, you got something coming up, an event, an album, a mixtape, any kind of things like that, some type of production, so something that you just want to, you want the world to know, and you want your introduction, and you want to let people know what you do and stuff like that. Uh, hit up the Great Minds Think Alike inbox or the email, and we can set something up most definitely.
And we will most definitely be reaching out to a few of you too.
Yep, most
But
definitely.
man, that's what's up. I look forward to that, man. I look forward to see panorama. I
Panorama.
look forward. I already know who the first guest is. I look forward to see the dialogue, man. Let's check out the
For
comments
sure.
right quick, and then we get to cooking.
All right. Shout out my sis Angie. I see you, Angie.
Hello, bro. Love you. Shout out, Angie.
Love you
Appreciate you
too.
rocking with us. For those who's tuned in, leave a comment, give us a like, a share, let us know you're in the building. Like I like to say, it's a common thread here is wipe your feet at the door, let us know you in the house.
For sure.
Man, man, let's get into some sports, man. So obviously, big fight last weekend happened. Javante Davis versus Lamont Roach. We both watched the fight. I'm sure, I don't know, I've seen it 3 times. I don't know how many times you've seen it again, but what's your thoughts on the fight?
Um, I think it was a good fight. Um,
Yeah, I agree.
it was one of those fights where, like for me at least, it was like each man was damn near as comfortable as that was gonna get because neither of them wanted to give that.
That
You know
inch.
what I mean? Yeah, either one didn't want to like get that in, so they just kind of kept it as like a chess match. You know what I'm saying? And it was, I think it was beautiful to see. First off, to see Gervonta Davis come back. Most of his fights we already know don't never go 12 rounds. He had been off for I don't know at least a year, right? We'll say
Is that Frank
at least a
Martin?
year. Yep, with Frank Martin was his last fight. He was off at least a year. He came back. He went the whole 12 rounds. He showed his stamina. He showed that he could, you know, and yeah, I just think that it was a good fight overall. I didn't think that Roach was going to be actually that impressive. He was kind of impressive to me. He was very his reflex was his on point. Like he was just very anything that Tank was time, was when he was timing and trying to catch him with something. This guy was parrying everything that dude would throw at him, and if he did catch him, Roach would hit him back. You know what I'm saying? Off of, almost it was like just a reflex pop, like pop. You know what I'm saying? And he would catch him. So yeah, it was a nice fight. I think that I definitely, if there was a rematch, which there should be, I definitely would want to see that. I'll definitely pay to see that now that I know who this guy is. Now that I see what he could bring to as far as like fighting with Gervonta Davis, somebody of that caliber. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I thought it was pretty dope. How about yourself?
No, everything you said, I agree with. It was a great fucking fight. Javante Davis went in there 12 rounds with someone who wasn't trying to be deterred, someone who wasn't gonna go unless you put him on his shield. And yeah, that was a great fight. Tick for tat. And it was a draw. They called it a draw. I don't think they could not move forward unless they do a rematch. So I look forward to seeing what happens there. Um,
Yeah, for sure.
but I wanted to highlight some on the undercard. When we were talking, I think it was after Shakur Stevenson's TKO stoppage a few weeks ago. We talked about what could
Hmm.
be on the landscape for him, and I brought up a name, and the guy Jose Valenzuela, right? Valenzuela,
Yep.
and
Yep.
he was on the undercard of this fight this weekend. And I want to highlight Gary Russell came in there and handled his business.
Ass. He handled that boy, man.
Yeah, man. So I most definitely got my eye out for Gary Russell. He made an impressive statement against Jose Valenzuela because that's the guy who beat Pitbull recently. And
Pitbull. Yep.
yeah, so I put him in the conversation based off of that. But yeah, that was an impressive outing this past weekend. You got a chance to see that on the undercard?
Yeah, I did, bro. I remember just just seeing that what was the other guy's name?
Gary Russell.
Gary Russell. I just kept
Gary
seeing
Russell.
dude like he was catching the other guy,
Cracking him.
Yeah, he was just cracking
Valenzuela.
him, bro. He was catching him on different angles where this guy was thinking that he was trying to move over here and like lose something, and he was getting caught. It was like he wasn't fast enough or some shit. Like this guy knew what he was gonna do when he was just
Yeah.
catching him. He was literally beating his ass, bro. Like it was one of those fights where it was like kind of one sided. Like you felt bad for the other guy. Like damn, what the fuck happened to this guy? I thought he was good. You know what I'm saying? It was like
Yeah,
one of those
bro.
type of fights.
Yeah,
Like
he was in
shit.
there with a guy. He was in there with a guy who was like really sharpshooting everything with him. Like he got what
Yeah,
I
most
think it was
definitely.
if I'm not mistaken, the seventh round stoppage and shit. Let's check some
Yeah.
comments before. Tank said he's not gonna rematch, bro. His yeah, no, he's gonna have to. And shout out you, bro. Appreciate you rocking with us, man. Like always, man.
What up, Isaiah?
For sure, for sure.
Yeah, he's gonna have to do that. You know what I'm saying? If he
He
want
got
to
no
move
choice.
forward or even retire, yeah, he got to. That's just a no-no. You know what I'm saying? What do you mean you're gonna? Oh, this is my last fight, and then I let it go in a draw type shit.
Yeah, you
Who
can't
does
do
that?
that. You can't do that. Yeah, I mean, no, you can't do that. All right. So continuing on, the guy who we've been talking about a lot, Turkey Alashi. He the
Yes.
guy over in Saudi Arabia who's been as of lately taking over boxing with the big events going on over there. Um
Hmm.
as him and TKO has signed a multi-year deal partnership to establish a new boxing promotion with executive leaders anchored by the UFC president Dana White and WWE Nick Khan.
Wow.
This by far is the biggest news to hit combat sports in forever and a day.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on this merger, right? Because this is what is going on. It's a merger. What you think about this merger, Mano?
I'm not gonna lie, bro. When I seen this shit, I sent it to you because I thought that it was fake. I didn't know that it was for real. Because it just seemed like something that was like it just seems like one of those like, if you pay attention to like the boxing and like who Turkey Alashim is, and obviously who Dana White is, and
Yeah,
that's just that's humongous. You know what I'm saying? Like you could only just like, oh, you're like excited to know what's gonna come out of this. Like, oh man, we're gonna get a lot of fights that that we actually wanted to see. That fights that probably weren't gonna happen. People weren't
yeah.
tired of this shit with money and all of that. That shit. So yeah, I'm excited for that. That's big.
And the expansion, TKO got UFC now. They got the WWE now, and whatever the name of this boxing venture, and their reach is so fucking global, and how they're gonna be able to like now promote all of these events simultaneously on all their televised events. So this just they monopolizing. They monopolizing right now.
Hmm.
US WBC President Mauricio Suleiman has said the WBC has now officially ordered Dmitry Bivol versus David Benavidez next.
That's funny because we talked about that shit. Like I think last last
Last
Thursday
week?
as well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
last
when
week, I believe.
we talked. Yeah, we talked about it for the recap when we was talking about the Shakur Stevenson and
Because
that card because that was the undercard of that.
yeah, the Bivol one. Yep.
Yup. Yeah, the bib and beater bib. Yup. Yeah, and
Do
then
you
we were
think?
talking like who we think what's his face should go and fight next.
Yep. Do you think? I like that matchup, but do you think they should take a break from each other, Big Bib and Bivol, and take these other fights? Because that trilogy is always there in their back pocket, right? Or you think that should
Yeah,
just go right into the trilogy?
I mean the thing. Yeah, I think with something, if this was the second fight, then I think it'd be something different. But we're talking about a number three where we want to see unfinished business between these two people. We could care less what happens on the outcomes of these other fights, right? I mean, that's how I look at it, at least. Like
Yeah.
if you even if Bivol, let's just say, I don't think it'll happen, but let's just say, even if Bivol lost to Benavidez, I still want to see him fight. I still want to
Bivol.
see the trilogy. Yeah, most
So
definitely.
that's what I'm saying. So the
So
trilogy's in the back pocket regardless. Like they got that.
yeah,
No matter what happens in
yeah, I
their
think
career,
so.
they got that. Okay, I agree with that. For those who still tuning in, appreciate you. Give us a like, comment, let us know you in the casa while you be at our door. Let's check out some
What up,
comments
Ed
real quick.
Daniels? I see you, Nick. I see you,
Matter of
Nick
fact,
Daniels.
he's in the building.
I see him watching. I don't know if he's in. He hasn't. Yeah, I mean, I see it says that he's watching. But if you in here, Nick, drop a
He
little honey
partnered,
sign or a little emoji or piece or something. We got something to tell you, man.
he partnered with Dana White. Yeah, he partnered with Dana White and Nick Khan. And they're all under Ondivore, actually. TKO is the sporting company of Ondivore. So there's big, big, big money in that conglomerate. Trust me. I've been keeping up with that TKO since it's been formed since January, I think, of last year. And they've been doing tremendous, tremendous numbers. Do y'all think fighting sports themselves will even be more rigged now with this partnership? UFC has underdogs winning by decisions on the regular basis. Man, I don't like to. I mean, I'm sure, right? There's some of these fights could, but I don't like to watch the sports that I tuned into like that because then it cheapens it to me. But I believe some people do get paid to, like throw fights and shit like that. I'm
Yeah, I
in here,
think I
bro.
think when it comes I think when it comes to the UFC, it's a little different though. Like that shit is such a a toss up, bro. That shit, you know what I'm saying? The UFC
Yeah.
is one of those things where you could be. Let me look at this guy. What's the dude? The dude. What's his face? I forgot what his name is. And
Israel,
Moreno.
Israel,
Israel.
Israel.
Yeah. Look at what happened to dude. You know what I'm saying? And we would have never thought, but it's one of those sports that it's like you could be on the top and then just like that, you're out of there. You know what I'm saying? It's different. I think it's different than boxing. It's very it's different.
It's
You know
more
what I'm
danger.
saying?
It's more riskier. Your loss chances is more riskier. um,
For
Nick,
sure.
we appreciate you, and I'm glad you tapped in with us. So, 3 weeks from now, March 27th, I believe, the episode we're doing the Nipsey Hustle episode. Nipsey Hustle episode, the marathon. We want you to rock out with us that episode. If possible, let us know if you want to join us. We send you the link. So let us know if you want to be part of that broadcast with us, bro. I'm at plus 500. I mean, yeah, like bro just said, like the chances of you losing in MMA is way higher than boxing as far as underdogs.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, if you look at boxing and you watch all the boxing fights and you go off of the betting and you see the underdog and then you see the favorite fighter. I mean,
Yep.
shit. 9 times out of 10, even 10 times out of 10, the favorite fighter is always winning that fight. You know what I'm saying? I mean, once in a while you'll catch that fluke. You know what I'm saying, where somebody loses like Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney, but
Yep.
it's very rare.
So
Not like the
coming
UFC.
so speaking about trilogies, Katie Taylor will defend her undisputed ring, WBA, WBC, IBF, and WBO super light heavyweight strap in a trilogy fight with Amanda Serrano July 11th at Madison Square Garden in New York City.
Welcome to
Um,
New York City.
I believe this should have been a trilogy, right? But it should be Amanda Serrano defending her championships in this fight.
Yep, I agree. They robbed that girl.
So, Amanda, if she's in New York City, so they don't they favor us Boricuas, you know what I'm saying? They favor us Boricuas, but take it from her. Take it from her. You already know you could beat her on the scorecards, but the
Hmm.
scorecards did not reflect that shit. So take it from her.
What do you
I
do with
mean,
somebody that's always
take the
leading with
belts.
their head? You
Take the
get them
belts.
with an uppercut?
Do what Mike Tyson do. You got to bite the ear then. You gotta fucking
I'm
buy the
talking
gear.
legal. I'm talking legally. I'm talking legally, bro. Like,
Oh shit.
if somebody keep, because that was the problem with this fight, wasn't it? Where Katie kept on,
That's how she got the cut.
leading with her head. Yeah, and that's how Amanda got the cut. But I'm saying for somebody, if I'm fighting somebody and I know that that's what their technique is, what do I do? You back and hit them with an uppercut, right? You gotta turn
Or an
that shit and then
elbow.
parry back
Or an
or an
elbow.
elbow.
Like get the fuck off me with that shit.
Get the fuck off me. Don't do that shit again. I bet you won't come in here with
Yeah.
that shit again.
You know that
For
elbow be like,
sure.
man, I went for an uppercut, but it slipped in my,
Right. Ah, oh shit, my bad.
So we were talking
Yeah.
earlier, right? We were talking earlier about the boxing event being held in Madison, in Times Square, right? Um, I actually got the card for it. So Cinco de Mayo weekend, my birthday weekend, is going to be a big boxing weekend. May 2nd in Times Square, New York City. Ryan Garcia versus Rolly Romero, Devin Haney versus Jose Ramirez, and Teofimo Lopez versus Arnold Barboza Jr. The next day, we're going to go back to that, but the next day we have Canelo Alvarez in Saudi Arabia fighting William Skull. And then we have the next
It's a
day,
great
which
weekend of boxing.
then the next day is the fight I look forward to is Nayo Inu, U.S. debut in Las Vegas, May 4th versus Ramon Cardeneras. Um, let's go back to May 2nd. Ryan Garcia, Rolly Romero, Devin Haney, Jose Ramirez, Lopez versus Barbosa, Times Square. This is a monumental
Lineup.
event, right?
Yeah.
Lineup's dope, but let's talk about the event itself in the middle of Times Square. How big is that, bro?
Yeah, that's fucking crazy. And like I told you, when I seen that, because I had seen that shit scrolling through Facebook and no bullshit. What I tell you, bro? What I tell you I thought?
Yeah, you thought it was fake.
I thought it was AI generated. No bullshit. I
Yeah,
was like, this some AI generated shit. There's no way. And I
fake,
just
bro.
skipped past it and shit. And then when Noah brought it up to me and shit, he was like, hey, ooh, and I was like, that's for real? He's like, yeah, that's real. I was like, damn, that's crazy. That's dope.
So, so while I'm reading that, they talking about some boxing event. I don't know which one is going to be held in Alcatraz prison. Did you hear that?
What the? No, I didn't hear that one.
Yeah, bro. I'm gonna look more into that, but it was in the same article as this. But I printed this out. I mean, I copied this out because the fights are set. So Ryan Garcia versus Rolly Romero. Who you got?
I'm going with Ryan Garcia.
Likewise, David Haney versus Jose Ramirez.
I don't know who Jose Ramirez is, but I'm going with Jose Ramirez.
Okay. Teofimo Lopez versus Arnold Barboza Jr. for the undisputed
Tio.
140-pound. Yeah, me too. So if Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney get past their opponents, they're set for their rematch later on this year.
I hope that Devin
Well,
Haney could pull off his win because then that would be, that puts together that fight. But I don't know
but
who
if
that guy is, but just going off of dude's just his like whole crashing out moment and shit, I just feel that he might lose this next fight.
I'll put it like this: if Haney do lose that fight, I wouldn't mind seeing Garcia challenge Lopez if Lopez get past Barboza.
Mm.
So, but
Yeah.
May 4th, I look forward. Inu, he's been climbing the top of the pound for pound list for the last 3-4 years, and just to see how he fares in different soil, I look forward to seeing that. He's very what is it called, proven over there. Like he got some key knockouts against Nonito Donaire, etc.
Mm-hmm.
But I would like to see how he fares over here. What's your final thoughts on that monumental event that's going on in Times Square?
Yeah, I'm excited for all of that shit that's happening, but specifically that, I think, just because those are like three of the names of like the top five that we always used to talk about. You know what I'm saying? Because wasn't it as Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney, Teofimo Lopez, Shakur Stevenson, Javante Davis? You know what I'm saying? So just to see those three on the card like that, I think that's dope. You know, I'm definitely gonna tune into
Yeah,
that.
that is actually, I didn't even think about it like that. That is like they on the same class. Usually they'll try to have their own event weeks out from each
Mm-hmm.
other. I have them all on the same card. I didn't even really think about it like that, but that's fucking dope. Let's check it out. Yes, sir. I'm down. I'll put it in the calendar. Bet. Look forward to it,
Awesome.
bro.
That's
The
what's up.
marathon continues for the show, and it continues with us. I'm late, but I'm here, my brothers. Love Reno. Hey Reno, what's
What up,
happening, man?
Reno?
You down to come down on the okay, so 3 weeks. We got Nick for the Nipsey one. Episode 25, bro. We're gonna drop our top 25s of something. You down to join us? Let us know, bro. You're more than welcome to come back. Brr. No.
Brr,
Appreciate you rocking with us.
brr. What up, man?
Haney just has to picture he's fighting Young Thug. I swear I love you. I love you. Oh
Hey, you
shit.
seen this? Do you seen this press conference where these, or not a press conference? It's like a, when they facing each other. Was that a weigh-in or
The
press
press
conference?
conference.
Could have been a press
Yes.
conference when they're in
Yeah.
front of each other. These dudes that was, I don't even know who they were, bro. They were in front of each other, and this guy, he has his hand in his pocket at first. Then all of a sudden, he take his hand out of his pocket, he smacked the shit out of the other guy. Did you see that?
Oh, I did not catch who it was. It wasn't the
Me
Ben
neither.
and it wasn't Ben because that was last week. He cracked him with the egg. Yeah,
With the egg. No, that wasn't that one. Now, that one's been kind of funny too, because they've been kept on running into each other. I know they ran into each other like in an elevator and all type of shit.
yeah, they're gonna be fighting in April, that's for sure. And he just got a picture, yeah, for sure. All right, so that wraps up the sports news. Everybody that commented, we appreciate the engagement. For those that's watching, I appreciate y'all tuning in. And if you haven't, give us a like, comment, let us know you in the building. Have your feet at the door, let us know you in the house. So we're gonna
For
move
sure. We
on.
appreciate y'all.
We're gonna move on to music news and stories. Started off on a sad note. Neo soul singer Angie Stone was killed in a car crash this week.
Man.
Our thoughts and prayers go out to her loved ones, fans,
Yeah,
friends, and
I
family.
repeat it. Andrew Stone.
Suge Knight appeal has been denied. He will remain in prison.
Ooh, that
Yeah,
hurt.
man. He's been some. I think it's been 10 years now. I think he's been down 10 years.
Damn. How long is his sentence?
I think they give him 25 to life. So he got to do
Mm.
like at least 28, 25, 28. Damn, this shit. Sorry. Jay-Z sues accuser, claiming she now admitted her story was false. Go Jay-Z.
Go
You got it.
Jay-Z.
Yes, for sure. They look, bro. If they continue to be able to like lie, like get caught in lies and nothing happened, they're gonna just continue to allow them to lie and put on people's name. Now, if something
Yeah, no,
happens,
for sure. I
they'll
agree.
make them think twice. Like, yeah, I don't know if I want to put,
I don't know if I
negative
want
things
to. I
on,
don't know if I want to lie about this and get caught, type shit. You know what I mean?
especially when there's
Like what?
consequences to it.
Well, yeah, there should be consequences. Didn't what's his face get in trouble when he made that lie up? Remember that one dude? He's an actor. I think his name was like Jesse Smollett or
Smollett,
whatever.
yep, yep,
Some shit. Yeah,
yep.
yeah. You remember
He's
that
on
shit?
he's the Terrence Howard and the Terrence Howard
Yeah.
Empire,
Empire.
Empire,
Yeah.
Empire, Empire.
Yeah.
So
And
going
he got
from
scrutinized for that shit.
Yeah, bro, and I'm hearing that story was actually true, bro. They're trying to
Oh shit,
say,
for real?
yeah, now they're trying to say that was actually a true story. That's what's gonna
Oh
be fucked
shit.
up. Yeah, man. So going from one incarcerated CO to another incarcerated CO, the judge in Diddy's case has ordered prosecutors to reveal the identity of two alleged victims. I'm gonna be real, man. Like, I'm not trying to fight for Diddy or whatnot, but of course they should know who these alleged victims are, because if they got a case to fight, how you gonna fight a case you don't even know? You know what I'm saying? Who you're fighting,
Mm-hmm.
or who you're up against, or whatnot. So, yeah, unless it was a minor, but if they're adults, nah, I think they shouldn't be Jane Doe's no more. But that's just my personal
Yeah.
opinion.
No, I think so too. Shit. We want to know who the fuck's making these allegations.
Yeah, I gotta fight this case, and how am I? What do I know? What do you know? Adidas announces they're all out of Yeezys, and they're happy to have got past that.
Yeah, I got a pair. I got a pair of the 350s.
So they caked up. I know that much because
Hell
them
yeah, they
Yeezys.
caked up. Shit.
I remember that last one. They did hella numbers. Um, Little
Yeah.
Yachty and Drake was spotted at the Elimination Chamber, WWE's Elimination Chamber, this past Saturday, and yeah,
Glizzy.
and Travis Scott participated in it. Um,
in the
he
WrestleMania
no, in the Elimination Chamber, yeah. So John Cena
or
turns
Elimination Chamber?
Yeah, so John Cena turns bad guy. Him and The Rock click up, and Travis Scott's in there, and they're over there beating up on Cody. Travis Scott slaps the shit out of Cody. I mean, smack fire out of him. Give him a black eye, I heard, and everything, bro. Like, someone should have
Damn.
told him. Yeah, bro, I'm about to send you the clip. That shit was funny as fuck, bro. That shit was funny. But yeah, man, a lot of wrestlers have been, like I said, with this conglomerate, with the UFC, WWE, and now we'll do with the boxing, they're all going to be cross promoted. Now these stars, they they're going to have a bigger platform. Like, okay, these podcasts do like 5,000. It depends who you are. Like Joe Rogan does millions, right? But a lot of the podcasts like Boule, Kev, um, Homegrown, they do like 5,000, 6,000. WWE, UFC, and boxing events do 5 million better, each rip type
Mm,
shit. So that's why I can see why these artists are starting to, show more face on these events, because it gives them broader audience.
right.
Let me check out some comments before we go further. But that shit was funny. I just had to share that with the Travis Scott. He's like, man, I'm built rings all up every crib. Every crib I had to have a wrestling ring.
And
Let's
where was
see.
that at? Where was that held? At I mean it
Canada.
was
In
in
Canada.
Canada? Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay. Juicy
Juicy
Smollett.
small. Small. Yeah. Yeah.
Juicy Smollett.
They smelled the bullshit. So Drake reaches settle. Speaking about Drake reaches settlement with iHeartMedia over Not Like Us dispute. Drake has settled his legal dispute with iHeartRadio over Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us. So basically, I guess he petitioned for some papers. They gave him the papers, and they're cleared from the lawsuit. Conan O'Brien snubs Drake at the Oscars.
Mm.
You peeped that at all?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, man. Look, man. Drake got into something, and as long as the hip hop community, Kendrick Lamar, want to beat his back in, or any music academy want to beat his back in, I'm with it. But I don't know. The Oscars though, like they don't fuck with hip hop.
He quick. He snapped when he said that shit.
Like this is the part
I was
where Keith.
like,
I was like, I don't know. Like I like hearing them crying because that would have been on his show. That would have been on
oh
his show. I
shit.
would, but at the Oscars, I'm like, come on, man. I see what y'all doing, but anyhow, Drake. I know
That
Drake.
shit.
He's gonna be like, all right, we got UMG, we got Spotify. Now throw the Super Bowl, the Grammys. Now throw the Oscars in that bitch, man. I'm telling you. That's why I be careful what I
That's
say about
crazy.
Drake. All right,
So
man.
basically, when they say he reached a settlement, what he reached a settlement for that for the They Not Like Us song?
Yeah, so basically, his claim is that UMG paid for people to boost the shit out of Not Like Us. So he asked iHeartRadio, Spotify, and I forgot the other one for proof that et cetera, et cetera. So I guess iHeart and him into settlement, so they're out the lawsuit. So I guess they must have showed him some papers and prove that it was about them.
Mm, damn.
So let's check out some comments right quick.
Said you lost fair and square. Look at that.
Beat his back and crazy, bro.
He's stupid. Pause. Look at that.
Whoop his ass. As long as the hip hop community want to whoop his ass. No daddy. No different.
Oh man, this shit keep coming on, bitch.
I appreciate the sense of humor, though. I needed that. All right, the Marathon Burger has it its grand opening. Big Boy, Booty Kev, Absol, YG, and others attended. Some even participated in cooking. Um, did you peep that at all? Did you peep what
Yeah, I thought that
happened?
was dope. Yeah, I peeped that
Yeah,
too. Yeah, I thought that was it sucked for that part to happen, but
yeah. So first, shout out Black Sam, keeping the marathon alive, keeping Nipsey Hussle's legacy alive. The marathon burger, it was pretty dope seeing. Even Jim Jones came up and went up in there to show support, and whatnot. But it was dope to see the likes of YG in the back, Absol,
yeah, yeah,
cooking and shit. That was dope. But it was also marred with some, what is it? It had a black guy. Black Sam confronts Rockstar outside of the Marathon Burger on his grand opening for allowing people to talk not so kindly about his deceased brother on his platform. What's your thoughts
hmm
about that, bro?
yeah. I never saw those interviews that Black Sam was mad about, but then again, I never really seen dudes podcast or platform like that.
Yeah,
Uh, yeah, but if we share history and we got love like that shit, um, it's like something like if I got a platform and we openly discussing, it's like an open discussion platform, right? But there's certain shit that's off topic or like off, what do you call it? Off limits. You know what I'm saying? And I'm
yeah,
gonna let that shit be known behind scenes before we get in the air, before we even get anything popping. And if sometimes you could sign a disclaimer for shit like that, you know what I'm saying? Where a motherfucker, if somebody do say something that they wasn't supposed to say, then you got a lawsuit on your hands if they signed the disclaimer or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So
definitely some
yeah.
liability.
So if you're not doing that, I think if you're not doing that, I would see the reason why Black Sam would be pissed off because shit, I'd be pissed off too. You know what I'm saying? So, but I never seen any of those videos or whatever, so I wouldn't really be able to say. Has that happened? What Black Sam is talking about? People has gone on dudes
Yeah, on
platform in
Clubhouse. The Clubhouse, they be having
on
a whole bunch of
Clubhouse.
chat rooms and shit like that. So he his monitors, he don't, or what is it, moderators, he don't. Yeah, he allowed them to talk reckless, a whole bunch of people about Nipsey. But
Mhm.
the thing with that was it just gave me deja vu. Like, bro, your brother got killed outside of the marathon clothing. You know what I'm saying? And you know that could have went another way, right? Like that could have went
Right.
exactly how the Nipsey situation went, and I'm glad it didn't. But seeing
He
that
wants
was
his
like,
fade
man,
though. He called him out. He
I'm
said he wants to fade. And he
I'm
said we
just
could be
saying.
cool after that, and we could be cool. And he's like, I got love for them. I got love for them and what they're doing over there. It's it's all love, but we need to run a fade for that shit. You know what I'm saying? And after that, we could hug it out and we could be cool, or we could walk our separate ways. But that's what Rockstar was saying.
I'm just saying, like you dare they walked you across the street. You could have been like, "Can I get this fade right now?" Since we're out way the fuck across the street from here. He waited till he got all
Right.
the way home. Like, hey,
He's like, hold up.
you know what? Yeah, you know what? Yeah, you're right. I'm gonna go handle that. That wraps up. Yeah, no, the only thing that came to my mind was I would hate for that to have happened. You know, like dude felt a certain way, left, came back and did some stupid shit, and but shout out to Black Sam and the Marathon Burger. New music.
Yeah.
Let's get into some new music. Tory Lane announces his new album. Peterson drops tomorrow. Um,
Nice.
I seen the track list. It looked like it's featuring a whole bunch of people he's locked up with.
That's crazy.
Dude, never
Yeah.
heard of not one person on there. Hold on a second. Let me get right over there. So J. Cole, we had J. Cole as the subject topic last week and this week. After we went off air, J. Cole announces, or no, let me say he didn't announce, but it's reported J. Cole and the Alchemist are working together on the Fall Off. What's your thoughts on that,
Hmm.
bro?
I think that's awesome.
Yeah, I think that's if he's on in, he locked in. Because I think J. Cole, if I'm not mistaken, right, he takes majority of the brunt of his projects, right? Like he produces like a majority of his own shit, don't he?
Um, I would imagine he would because he does production, yeah. But
Yeah,
I know I'm trying to think about. Yeah, I would think so. I don't know. I have to check. That's a good question. I would like to check that.
yeah, because I know he does production because I know he produced for other artists, but I just wonder if he was on his rush shit producing for himself and caking up. Um
Mhm.
Buster Buster Rhymes for the Buster Rhymes fans, right? Because that's what we do here. We do deliver news, but I'm not a Busta Rhymes fan, but anyhow, Busta Rhymes drops new EP, Dragon Season Equinox. It dropped last Friday, if I'm not mistaken. For those Busta Rhymes fans, if you ain't heard, he got a new project. What about you,
Hmm.
bro? You fuck with Bus?
Um, I can't say that I do, but I can't say that I don't. I like some of his cuts and shit like that. There's certain songs that I like, but I can't sit and say that I've ever listened to like a whole Busta Rhymes album, except for maybe like the one with uh that Break Your Neck song on it with the Scott Storch collab or whatever production. And I don't even remember what was all on there, but yeah, I don't know. Not really. He's not. No, not really. I'll probably check it out just to see what it sounds like or whatever. But yeah.
Okay. Jim Jones has been on a roll lately. He dropped a project the top of January. Now he dropped a new project at the church steps. Um,
Hmm.
I actually heard like two, three songs. I'm in the middle of that project. I was going back to Biggie more this week, but it seems solid, bro. Jim Jones, I won't say he's fucking mind blowing like how Nas doing in his later years, but he stayed consistent. He's not whack, and he's doing. Shout out to Jim Jones. I'm gonna continue to listen, and next week I'll give like a further or a better review of it. But he's doing dope. You
For
heard
sure. I'm
any
gonna have to
shit?
check that out too. I think I heard like one song he got the video.
Yeah,
But I don't even know what the song was called. It was a song where it's got like the Puerto Rican flag in it.
Jomo.
Video. Yep. That was it.
I haven't heard this, but I look forward to checking it out. Doechii drops a new song, Anxiety.
Yeah, I seen that too.
Armin and Conway dropped the Rising Sun Part 2. I haven't checked that out. I'm gonna have to check that out. Absol and Triss, Snake in the Grass. Big X the Plug, 2 a.m. Now this one I did check out.
I seen that
Rayvon,
one.
Cemetery Ladders. That boy Rayvon has been ever since Joey Badass dropped that Rulers back. Rayvon's been on. He been on a tear, bro. I fuck with Rayvon. Have you heard that at all? Cemetery Ladders.
No, I haven't. I should have to check it out.
Yeah, check that out and check out Crash Out Heritage. That's like a response to Joey Badass. He did his shit on that. Big Sean, Head to the Sky freestyle. Friday, featuring Meek Mill, Proud of Me. Now that joint I heard, and I would like to say this. Meek Mill, man, that's the Meek
Go back
Mill
to rapping like that.
That's the
Right.
fucking Meek Mill I fuck with. Like, no bullshit. I heard that shit, and the song's I'm proud of you, Meek. You did your fucking shit. You found your Stella got her groove back.
Mm-hmm.
My homie, yeah, no, you heard that shit, bro?
Yep, I heard it. He went crazy.
Yeah, man, he did his shit on that. Let's check out some comments before we wrap up. A few more songs. Jailhouse features.
Jailhouse features.
Yeah, man. Sound like everybody that it was like, I think their names was like C16. Like it must have been their cell numbers or something. Nah, man. I hope not. I
Me
hope he
neither.
don't do I hope he what's it called? Don't do like Jay-Z with the Black album. Like drop something so fucking dope with the fall off, like, yeah, this is my my goodbye, and then all of a sudden come back 4 years later type shit.
Right.
I don't know. Was that projected to be his last album though? Because calling it the fall off, I do think that that's what it leads to, right? But did he ever say that was his last album?
I don't know. I would have to go back and listen. I thought on what does he say on that line about how something about reasonable doubt, like him dropping the fall off is like, I forgot what
Say
the
that
line
again.
is. That line that he says where he's like, I forgot what the song is. It's off of My Delete Later. That I forgot what the song was called, but yeah, there's that one song that he says he says something about word around the town, she a real deal swallower. Yeah, I haven't heard the song in a minute, so I can't think of it. But
That be going on with me too, bro. I promise you, I forgot albums and shit. Lou Phelps, What Now? I heard that.
Oh,
Pretty decent. Currency and Wiz Khalifa dropped Airport Industries. Pretty fucking
yeah.
fire. Good to see them
Mhm.
boys still fucking with each other. And then Wiz
Yeah.
Khalifa drops Bird Boy and another one that you sent my way, Trapper Rapper Freestyle.
Mhm.
Let's be real honest, man. The guy announced Cushion OJ2 about like a month ago, right? I think it was like a month ago. If this is the warm up to that, I look forward to fucking hear what he got in store for Cushion OJ2, bro.
Mhm.
What's your thoughts on Wiz Khalifa's 2025 run as of late?
I love it. It's been. I think it's refreshing and kind of reminds me of like the old Wiz again.
Yeah, sure do.
Yeah, he taking like like certain beats like that. Like the Trapper Rapper. He did that. The older Tupac beat. Um, yeah, he just been doing this shit, bro. Like every week, he damn near drop a new song at least.
Yeah. He's been
Yeah,
his 2025 run has been pretty remarkable. It's been a long time since he's been this consistent. So shout out to Wiz, man. And me and
yeah,
Bro been debating when to do an episode on Wiz, but we're gonna figure it out. Either it's gonna be when he dropped that Cushion OJ2 or 420, where we,
hmm
maybe do
all
some
this, all this, all this Wiz Khalifa talk. Smoke some weed.
all right, let's so that wraps up the sports and music news. We're gonna check out a few comments and then jump right into the topics. Prepare prepare for it to be his last album, just as like he's not doing the Dream Film Fest anymore. I think Cole is prepared to retire. Damn,
Damn, that sucks. I I never got to go to the Dreamville Fest or whatever.
damn, that's crazy because I think he got some good years, some great years ahead of him still.
Yeah, I agree.
Man, Cole, Kendrick, Wiz, Currency, Drake, Khalifa. No, I already said Wiz. Meek just dropped Proud of Me. That blog era is still holding weight to this day. They
You
outlived
right?
this. Yeah, they outlived a few
And look
eras
at
after.
Nipsey was part of that class too,
Yeah,
and he's not here, but he's still, you know what I'm saying? He's still
yeah,
relevant. We just talked about him a
yeah,
little bit ago. We're about to talk about him again.
yeah. That's crazy. Not just to think about that era. That era is probably the last era that still holds weight right now because there's a few eras after that there's only like one or two, but that whole era there's like some standouts. So Big Sean, forgot to mention Big Sean as
Yeah,
well.
Big Sean. Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, so yeah, let's get into
Gibbs.
the Gibbs. Matter of fact, yeah, I gotta check out. I heard he got some new shit out. I gotta check it out. All right, man, y'all. We appreciate those that commented. We appreciate the engagement. For those who still tuning in, who haven't, we appreciate you rocking with us. If you can, give us a like, comment, let us know you here, let us know you rocking with us. As always, we appreciate you. Now we're going to get into some topics. First topic. 3 days ago, it was the 20-year anniversary of this. 1.1 million sold in its first week, 11 million worldwide. We celebrated 20 years of 50 Cent's The Massacre. Brody, man. Brody, man. Brody, man. Talk to me, man. What's the word, man? How you feeling about the Massacre?
I remember when I first heard this album because I think I was still like um buzzing off of his first album so much.
Yep.
And then he dropped this and I was impressed, bro. I don't care. There was those couple songs or whatever, but I still overall, like I fucked with this whole project. This project was I loved it. I loved it. This project. I'm not gonna lie to you. I liked it. A lot of these songs, the production on this shit. I could, like I said, I could have did what I could have probably did without like 3 songs or so. I don't know. I can't remember off the top of my head. But other than that, there was like, you know, I know one of my favorite ones that it was one of the ones that I slept on, and then later on, like like I started liking it more as the I don't know what you take me for. I really don't
Yep.
play this shit. I ain't gotta get you here. I get out my selfish. Just that beat, you know what I'm saying, and just how he come off of that beat. I don't know. I liked it. That I
Just
liked it. That era of yeah, and I just like I think it's just like listening to this project. Like when I went back and I listened to it, it brings you back to like this era. You know what I'm saying? Where it was kind of a what do you call it? Like there was a lot of like sides. You know what I'm saying? There was like you had to pick a side and shit. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I definitely enjoyed going back and peeping this project out.
Yeah, I went back on.
Yeah.
I heard it. I heard it a few times this past 6 months because we did an episode on them on 50. But I really digested it again this past week, and there's a few songs that I really didn't like back then that actually grew on to me this past listen. So, but initially, man, yeah, I agree with you. As the feeling when this project came out, I was that adrenaline off Get Rich or Die Trying, and then everything from Get Rich or Die Trying leading up to that. The G Unit project. Then he dropped all the
Mm-hmm.
G Unit members projects, so everybody was just doing solid. So it was only right that he came in. How they say, spin the block and shit.
Right.
He did, man. He how they say he shook the sophomore jinx, right? Because how can you get bigger or better than Get Rich or Die Trying when that was a fucking bar too high. That shit said,
Right.
you know. But let's get into it. Um, the intro, like you said, actually the production on here was phenomenal. I could have did without some songs, and we're gonna run through them. In my hood, I liked it. That your thoughts
In my
about in my hood?
hood, but I'll go nowhere without my cat in my hood. I liked it that because it was like I think the reason I liked it that song so much was I like that hook, and it's like just a very real like how he says in my hood ninjas is grimy, and it just kind of gives you that feeling where you kind of you can't just trust you can't trust a lot of people. You got to watch your back. You know what I'm saying? You got to be on alert. You just can't. You know, you
Yeah,
can't just walk. You just can't walk and do your shit without driving away without peeping your rear view mirror and shit. Type shit. That's you know what I'm saying. That's the vibe that it give off. Type shit.
yeah. Um, I'm supposed to die. I liked it that as
Yeah,
well.
another good one.
That right there. Well, that to me, actually, this is 50, and I'm supposed to die. Um, to me, like like you said, I don't go nowhere without my God. That's a blicky now. Like some of the shit,
Mm-hmm.
the
Mm-hmm.
youngins. You feel me where I'm going? This was like
Right.
how you say, like not the official. Like there was some elements in this project that the young drill artist later on would take from. Piggy Bank, I liked it.
Yeah.
I won't consider it like one of the greater disses of all time or nothing like that, but it did what it did. It got them boys'
Right.
attention and got some great
Mm-hmm.
responses from some of them.
And
This
they had a video. And it
yeah,
had a
matter of
video.
actually, I'm glad you brought that up. So when you bought this project on CD, you get the DVD as well. And the DVD got every song on here got a video. Every
Or
song on
what?
here. Yeah, bro.
Oh, that's crazy.
Gatman and Robin featuring Eminem.
Now they got man.
So
The
what's crazy? You know what's crazy? I didn't like this song.
I
I didn't
didn't
like
either.
this,
But
but you know,
it grew
go
on
ahead.
you? Did it grow? Did it grow on
Yeah,
you?
yeah, bro.
Yeah, it was one. I kind of just appreciate it for what they did with the song. Like, let's talk about like Batman Robin and how they took the beat. And then I don't know, it was just a cool little for like the time, I think too. Like, you know what I'm saying?
You know, I ain't gonna lie. At that time, I didn't like it because I didn't think it. I
Too
think if
gimmicky.
you listen, actually, no, they did their thing, but I think that would have fit an Eminem project. That could have fit the Encore. Encore needed that.
I agree. It sounds more like an Eminem song than a 50 song for sure.
You
It's
know what I'm
like a 50
saying?
feature Eminem, right?
But I
Or
like it on
Eminem
this.
50 feature at
And
50.
what yep, I like it now. It grew on me. Candy Shop. That was a big hit. I didn't like that song. It was a big
Me
hit
neither.
though.
It wasn't
Um,
big. And that was one of the ones I could do without because I heard it so much and it's just annoying.
and what's crazy is we'll get to that in a second. Out of Control. Um, uh, I didn't like the original version, and I didn't like the remix version either with Mobb Deep. And I like Mobb Deep. I'm a big fan of Mobb Deep. I don't
Sure.
know how you feel about it. Out of Control.
Which one is that one?
You got
I think I like that remix one. What Mobb Deep?
Mobb Deep, yeah. And then
I think I liked the remix one. Yeah.
then we got Get in My Car. I thought that was pretty vibe-ish.
Yeah, I liked that one.
Now one of my favorites, Ski Mask Away. What's your thoughts on Ski Mask Away?
I liked that one too.
That was, to me, that was New York. Okay, like remember, like pre ready to not pre ready to die, pre life after death. There was like that gritty sound that New York had, like Woo, Mob, CNN, and
Mm-hmm.
that right there sounded like a progressed sound of that, right? Like an evolved sound. And I really love that Ski
Okay.
Mask way, actually. Then one of my other favorites is a Baltimore Love Thing. What's your thoughts on that?
I don't really remember that one like that.
That was about I don't want to the H word. You know how addictive things could be.
Yeah, yeah.
Like you
Yeah,
living in need.
I think I vaguely remember that one. Yeah, I think I liked that song. I think it was straight too.
Then
I like the next one, the Rider music.
you know what? I really didn't fuck with that one that much. But I like the fucking production on that shit. That production go
High
ham.
tech.
Yeah, man. Then the next one I could have did without either. Disco Inferno. It's
That's the
hot.
show me how you move it. Is that one? Shake that ass, girl. Is that one or no?
Yep. That's
Oh,
it.
okay.
That's it. Disco Inferno.
Okay.
Then just
Yeah,
a
that was
little
too
bit.
commercial for me a little bit, I think. I liked
Yeah,
that one more than the Disco Inferno. I think out of all of like those commercial songs, Disco Inferno, just a little bit, and the
Candy Shop.
Candy Shop, I think just a little bit. I think that was the one that I liked it the most.
Yeah, me too. Actually, just a
Maybe
little
it's because of
bit.
Scott Storch.
And plus, he had off his vibe
Well,
on
Candy
that.
Shop was Scott Storch too.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think
no,
that's what
no.
it is. His flow. His flow. He was
Yeah,
getting off. He was getting, he was going.
he was. He got in the pocket. He got in. He found his pocket with that one. Guns come out. I love that shit.
I liked that one too. Yeah.
My toy soldier. I fuck with
I
it.
liked that one
Um,
too. Yeah. I liked that shit too. I liked it. I liked it. Tony Yayo's little verse on that shit too. That's the one I
yeah,
put the battery in his back. On the reason that he moved like that. That's my motherfucking toy soldier, right?
yeah. You know what? I think my thing with Tony Yayo was just his voice, I guess, because
The way he
if you,
sounds. Yeah, he be yelling and shit. "Ah, la, la, la."
yeah, because he don't really got. I don't think the shit I done heard whacker raps sound better than Tony Yayo, and Tony Yayo got better raps. It's just, I guess, the way he sounds.
Right, right.
Uh, I fuck with Position of Power. That was pretty.
Yeah, I like that's I like that. I love that song.
Build You Up. That was pretty decent. That was pretty decent.
That's the one that
I
Jamie
like.
Foxx.
Yeah. Then God Gave Me Style. I liked it that. God Gave Me Style. God Gave Me Grace. I liked it that
Hmm.
one. So Amazing. I think, you know what? If I'm being realistic as far as what I could what's the word? Tolerate, that's the word, tolerate of Olivia, I think So Amazing, probably the best song I heard her on Wood 50. And I believe that one
Okay.
probably I think that one could have been, I don't know, maybe they were banking off the sound of Scott Storch with Candy Shop, but I thought So Amazing was
Yeah,
better on that. What's your thoughts of So Amazing?
yeah, I think it was I don't remember really Olivia like that neither because I think the game kind of tarnished her
Yeah,
image.
the
Um
OG with this shit.
yeah. So yeah, I kind of vaguely remember that one. Um I know the which one was the next one. I don't need him.
I don't need them. I liked it that one.
Yeah, I think I liked that one too. Did you like the remix to Hate It or Love It? Or do you
Yes, I
like the regular version better? Which
no
one would you prefer?
regular no the regular one
The regular version?
the
Okay.
regular one. I liked it the regular one. Like what's the like? I'm cool with remixes, but
Hmm.
you know sometimes the remixes will actually some remixes are better than original songs. But I don't know. I think the Game and 50's chemistry on the original version just was phenomenal, man.
For sure.
So so out of this project, right? Like I could do without some songs. Like I could do without Candy Shop. I could do without Out of Control. I could do without Disco Inferno. I could do without yeah, those probably the only four that I really. You said which ones you could do without?
Yeah, like probably the ones that you named. Let me see. Um, Candy Shop,
Yep.
um, Disco Inferno. Um, I guess I would go. I would just take just a little bit off of there too. Um, what other one? Yeah, I think those was besides like let me see, there's not another one. I thought there was one more here that I didn't like. Oh maybe the piggy bank one.
KTT
Kind of
fine.
sick. Maybe just because I just heard it so much, you know what I'm saying? I remember hearing that song so fucking much. That song got so like annoying to me. Yeah.
KTT clank. That
Yeah,
was funny.
clickety clank, clickety clank. The money goes into my piggy bank.
Yeah, so Get Rich or Die Trying, we know that was the standard, that was the bar. As far as first weeks, they did the same. They did millions in the first week. But overall, I believe Get Rich or Die Trying had the more successful hits, right? As far as the hits that were released, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I believe some of these songs on here, he did some of his best rapping to me, like a Baltimore Love Thing. He did his shit on the storytelling on I'm Supposed to Die, This Is 50, or even In My Hood. All three of them consecutive. Like, right? Like storytelling on that. His his subject sticking the subject matter as far as Baltimore Love Thing, where he talks about I don't know, as far as rapping goes, I believe he
Position of
did
power.
yeah, he did way better rapping as far as that goes, right? But as far as the hits,
Yeah.
In the Club, PIMP, 21 Questions,
Mm-hmm.
all successful, all successful. And there's
Mm-hmm.
some of
Right.
these singles where some of the singles here, like Disco Inferno, just a little bit like you mentioned, um,
Mm-hmm.
which were yeah, they struggled. Where Candy Shop did decent, and I think it did decent just based off the strength of his previous work going in, but that was nowhere near not even 21 Questions. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But as far as the rap, I would say he did some great rapping outside of the singles. Let's check out some comments. What's your thoughts on the 50 Cent's Massacre?
What up, Joey D? What up, Pedro Blades? I see you. See you, bro.
The Hated or Love It remix was fire. Buck and Banks were crazy. Do you like it better than the
Mm-hmm.
original one though? Because I do like the remix, but I would like to hear that shit doped
Yeah, that's a
out.
good question. Which one do you prefer? The original or the
The
remix? Hate it or
remix.
love it.
Joey D, shout out,
Shout
cabron.
out Joey
Love,
D.
bro. Hit that man up for photography, videos,
Mm-hmm.
what is the HVAC, whatever. That man is a jack of all trades and a master of all. Hit him up.
Mm-hmm.
So, final thoughts on the massacre. So, I asked you a few days ago about a rating system. Should we do one to fives or one to tens? And we came up with five would be decent. So we'll do points too. So it'd be 0.5, 1 point, you know what I'm saying? So
Okay, so halves.
yeah, so reviewing the massacre and discussing it, bringing it to the stage as we would call it. How would you rate where we stand now? Because obviously mood changes and shit, right? Depending when we listen to certain albums, right? How you feel
Mm-hmm.
about the massacre and what would you give it?
Um, I like the massacre. Like I said, it still got like um that grimy type of feel to it. You know what I'm saying? Because like the thing about like the Get Rich or Die Trying, the reason I love that album so much is because it reminds me of a period of time. You know what I'm saying? I damn near could like listen to certain songs on that album and remember where I was at, what I was doing, type shit, right? So, and I was kind of not doing like I was doing not too good like shit. You know what I'm saying? So it makes me think of like just being like a grimy, you know what I'm saying? It's that grimy feeling shit. Like you had like, I don't know, it's like it gives you like this different vibe. And that's what the massacre kind of gives me as well. It gives me that same kind of feeling. You know what I'm saying? So shit, I would have to give the overall, even like and I wouldn't even be biased like and be like, just because of the songs that I took off of there, I'm gonna rate the whole album as a whole with those songs that I didn't like as well. I'd give it a 4, bro, like a solid 4.
Yeah, I give it a 4 as well. And outside that grimy feel you talking about, that's where like In My Hood, This Is 50, I'm Supposed to Die gives you that old school New York aesthetic sound, but like I said,
Mm-hmm.
evolved, you know what I mean? And that's why I liked it, this project, because the game changed with the next topic we're going to talk. A lot of people try to play catch up to Life After Death. And this
Mm-hmm.
project took it back to pre Life After Death sound, but evolved, man. So I give the Massacre a 4 as well.
Mm-hmm.
For those that's tuned in, what y'all give the Massacres before we get into the next topic? And what's your favorite song? My favorite song,
Mm-hmm.
or three favorite songs. I'll say I like In My Hood. Give me that one. Give me This Is 50. And give me Position
How
of
many you
Power.
picking? Three? Your top
Three.
three or
Three.
whatever in any order?
Yeah. No, it can
Um,
be any order.
yeah, I like which is the one This Is 50? Yeah, I don't know what you take before that one.
This is
Yeah, I
56.
like yeah, I like that one. I like I'm Supposed to Die Tonight, and I'll do Position of Power.
Yeah, them the same.
Say
Well,
what you say, shoot. Could me, I hustle harder. That shit, I
yeah,
just like how I liked it even like the like it because I mean, would you say that that was kind of one of 50's more slower songs that he was like rapping on? Not content where it was like female content or like lovey dovey or whatever shit like that. Because that beat
yeah,
was like a type of slower beat. It had a slower vibe to it, and he kind of
that's
came
true.
off.
Yeah, I would say that one. Yeah, I would say that one would be two. So yeah, we chose our three again. 20-year celebration, 20-year anniversary of the massacre. Like you said, I remember this time, and it was a hell of a time
Hmm.
to be a hip hop fan, man. Y'all just didn't know. This said G, the Lives, Jay Z, D, everybody and their mama was rapping, and they were everybody doing shit.
Yeah.
Let's check out the comments before we get into the next topics. Oh, that's what's up, Nick, man, bro. I appreciate you still engaged with us, brother. Appreciate you,
Yeah, he
Isaiah.
gave it
Oh,
a four as well.
yep.
Nice.
It was originally going to be same. Yep. It got pushed back
Yeah.
to March. It got pushed back to March. Oh, shout out Orlito, man. Appreciate you tuning in with us as well, bro.
For sure.
One day David Miranda's gonna pop up. I swear, one day. I know you would say shout out Noli, man. I appreciate you tuning in with us, man. All the way
Yeah,
from
shout out
Texas.
Nolly.
Heard? Texas in the house. Longhorn.
Texas. Yeah.
But PIMP's on the Get Rich or Die Trying. And I'll take Hated and Love It, the original, but the remix is my favorite song on the Massacre. Okay. Yeah, that motherfucking you remix did go crazy. Okay, Candy Shop. Okay. More. Gonna be game banging on our live stream. Shout out to everybody who's still tuning in.
Stupid.
All right. So we just went through the massacre on its 20-year anniversary. And in 3 days, hip hop will be remembering 28 years later.
Notorious. No, uh,
Four
uh, uh,
platinum.
Notorious. Oh, my fault. My bad, bro. Go ahead.
Now go ahead, bro. 4 platinum plaques, 21 million albums sold. Considered by many the greatest MC of all time. The original King of New York. We talking about the Notorious B.I.G.
Biggie. Dum 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 dum.
Biggie. Oh man. Biggie Smalls. 21 million albums sold. Actually one. Well, we'll just get through it in a second. So, bro, what's your thoughts on the impact of Biggie Smalls?
Man, shit. Crazy impact. It's crazy to just see like around that time, like how that was like, obviously there was other rappers. It wasn't just Biggie and Tupac, right? But Biggie was, you know, he like it's like I felt like when Biggie was around, he kind of like overshadowed everybody else that was around just because I think he was just so dope. I don't know, it was something different about dude and just the way that he flowed, his storytelling ability. I don't know, that just being, you know what I'm saying, like being a heavier set guy and just having the type of charisma that he had, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It was just something
so
different. It was something different, you know? Yeah, or it's something different about, bro. So yeah, I'll definitely I fuck with Biggie, you know. It almost when he spin, that shit sound effortlessly. He'd almost sound
yeah,
like he just talking and the shit just rhymes. You know what I'm saying?
that's
No
true.
bullshit.
Like he to me, he used his voice like an instrument over them beats. Like I ain't
Mm-hmm.
never like some of the lyrics were questionable, but as far as the flow go, oh my god, his flow was crazy. He did have an insane
Mm-hmm.
flow. The impact, I believe, of Biggie, um, Life After Death, which we will get to. Let's just get to Life After Death in a second, and that's when I talk about his impact. But yeah, I agree with you. His flow was insane. He 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 seemed charismatic, like his aura, like through interviews. He laid back. He seemed like a cool ass
Mm-hmm.
player ass motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But let's jump into some of his music, and when we get to Life After Death, that's where I want to talk about his impact because I believe that's where his impact begins. Um, What's the first time? When's the first time you heard Biggie?
The first time I heard Biggie was probably um I couldn't put a year on it, but I know the song was Party and Bullshit.
Same here.
And I was like
So
yeah, for real?
yeah, same here.
On what?
Yeah,
Nice.
same here. Party bullshit. I liked. I just didn't. Um, I didn't see nothing there yet. It was the next time I would hear him on the remix to Flavor in Your Ear. Now,
Okay.
when he got off on that shit, I'm like, okay, this motherfucker, he's way better than. I mean, I like partying bullshit, but I didn't like it then. But Craig Mack's Flavor in the Ear, that's when he caught my attention, and we're gonna get into his first album, Ready to Die, September 13th, 1994. That's crazy. September 13th. Wow, that's crazy. I didn't
Yeah.
even think of that. Oh, crazy. Wow, that is crazy. All right. Something just happened to me, y'all. September 13th is the day that Tupac passed, didn't it?
Is it?
Yeah, he didn't get shot September 6th and died September 13th. people that's in the chat or whoever tuned in. Oh shit. Check that out for me. If I'm not mistaken, Tupac was shot September 6th and passed September 13th. I could be wrong, but I believe I'm not. But anyhow, let's get into it. Ready to Die. 57,000 sold his first week. Certified gold
Ready to
in
Die?
month. Yeah, his first debut album.
Okay.
Certified gold in 2 months and 2 times platinum the following year. And I could tell you how that happened because I kind of like figured it out. But anyhow, let's get into Ready to Die. Overall, it's 6 times platinum worldwide on this day. What's
Wow.
your thoughts on that album, Ready to Die?
I like this album. I like his album a lot. That's the one, yeah, with the little baby on it.
Yep.
Juicy, Big Papa, One More Chance. Um, what other ones did he have on this motherfucker? Uh, uh, Big Papa, Suicidal Thoughts. And this not the remaster with the bonus tracks.
No, yeah.
Just the
I
regular
don't. I
one.
don't.
What I
Yeah, go ahead. Which ones are the remastered ones?
just what Who Shot You? They're just plain.
Yeah, no, that
With
probably is
Suicidal
remastered.
Thoughts. Um, yeah, I think this album was straight.
Yeah, it
It
was
had
pretty
obviously
solid
it had
compared
like
to
those, yeah, those, yep. It obviously had like those monumental them tracks in the, yeah,
yeah,
the what the Method Man on there.
the only feature.
Mm-hmm. The only feature. Give me the loop.
He's playing with his voices. He actually, I believe, he might be the first rapper that rap with a feature with himself. I believe. I think he did that twice already. So let's get into his intro was pretty dope. Him being born into the game.
hmm
Things don't change. I think that was a great follow up, or um, what is it? How you would call it? An intro to the song, right? Things done
Yeah.
change.
Uh-huh.
Give me the loot. He did his shit on that.
hmm
Machine Gun Funk did his shit on that. Warning, one of my favorite rap songs on here. Ready to Die. He did his shit. Now one more chance.
All of those from 3 to 6. All of those were the last ones were produced by Easy Mo B.
And he's legendary. He did a lot of shit for Tupac.
Yeah.
Yeah, Easy Mo B did majority of the production on Me Against the World.
Wow.
Um, and Thug Life. Ready to Die. One more chance. So one more chance. One of his big songs right now.
hmm
I believe One More Chance. Obviously, there's a few singles on here. We'll get back to One More Chance. Then he had the F Me interlude, The What. I like The What. Juicy, one of my
hmm
favorite hip hop rap
hmm
songs ever. I think yeah, one of my favorite hip hop songs ever is Juicy. If you was to ask me my top 20, it'll be in my top 10 somewhere. Um, Everyday Struggle, Me and My
hmm
Bitch, Big Papa, Respect, Friend of Mine, Unbelievable, and
Believable.
Suicidal Thoughts.
Suicidal Thoughts.
Now, Suicidal Thoughts, we'll get back to that in a second. Now, let's go to One More Chance. Now, I believe One More Chance, all the remixes they did for that song helped this album go from selling 57,000 its first week to getting it 2 times platinum the following year, bro. They
Mm.
got like they got like 2, 3 different remixes of this, and it's not the one that you hear on the original album, by the way, either. So, but the
Mm.
reason I want to, yeah, the reason I want to highlight that because it is to the credit of um, what is it called? The when your characters in question, like the Disdain CEO Diddy, this is his working, right? Like he knew how to
Mm-hmm.
create how to remix. You know how to work the remix type shit, right? So this got to be a credit to Diddy because if it wasn't for them remixes, I don't think this album, and it's a dope project, but bro, 57,000 in the first week, even then was considered a flop. You know what I mean?
Mm.
And yeah, and for him to be able to get 2 times platinum the following year, yeah, they did some incredible work to turn that shit around, bro. And I believe it was the
Right.
remixes. Um, what's your thoughts overall on this project? You said it's a dope project. Um, out of this rating scale we got 1 through 5, what would you give Ready to Die?
I'll give it uh, like a, hmm, I'm gonna say like a 3.5.
You know what? I'm gonna have to up one up on you. I'm gonna give this a 4. I believe um for a debut,
Mm.
I believe this project is pretty solid. Um he did his shit on Suicidal Thoughts. I thought the being the actual song to with Think Done Change being the intro song was beautifully placed.
Mm-hmm.
Um Yeah, man, and actually, I fuck with the original One More Chance than I do actually the remixes type shit. Um,
Mm.
I don't know, bro. Like, yeah, I think I'm gonna have to give Ready to Die a 4. I'll give Ready to Die a 4, bro, on the rating scale that we got. So, how about
Okay.
y'all? Whoever's tuned in, we talking about Biggie. We remembering the legacy, the legend, the Notorious B.I.G. Right now, we just discussed Ready to Die, his debut album, 6 times platinum as we speak. And we like to hear from y'all. What y'all thoughts on the album? What's your favorite songs? Leave us a comment. Let's go on. So after this, let's get to February 1995. Um, Tupac Shakur is locked up at this time. And February 21st, Biggie Bad Boy decided to drop Who Shot Ya. I
Mm.
love this fucking song. I don't think it's a
Mm-hmm.
diss song, but I just think it was bad timing. But this started a lot of shit, I believe. What's your thoughts on that song? Who Shot You?
Yeah, I remember that shit. Like, I like that song. That's a dope ass song.
Man,
And I
he
think, like you
I
said, I think it was just like bad timing.
yeah, that's one of my favorite Biggie tracks. He fucking spit it on that shit. Let me see.
Mm, 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 mm,
Get
mm,
money.
mm, mm,
That's
mm,
that. We're gonna
mm.
bring that up. That's on that Junior Mafia. I love the doors. Yup. We're about to get into that in a few minutes because that right there, I'm telling you, that's really where his legacy's at.
Mhm.
Sheesh. What's happening, Juice? Appreciate you,
Shout
bro,
out
as
Juice.
always, brother. I gotta
Shout
see
out
flow.
Eddie.
I'm gonna find a big flow. Yeah, man. Me too, man. Um, we're gonna continue on. So you gave it a 4. My bro gave it a 3.5. I give it a 4. We gave Massacre a 4. So okay, I believe we're in good standings when it comes to our rankings. I think we're fair. I think we're fair.
Mhm.
Who shot just that? So July 1995, the Source magazine decides to drop a magazine with a cover with Biggie on it, right? And just do, he did his thing with Ready to Die, right? But the cover says King of New York takes over. And that will create frictions outside of just his issues with Bad Boy. I mean, with Death Row, he had to worry about the big, right? A lot of people didn't take kindly to them words, and we'll get to that because as hip hop back then used to be was if me and Orly was dissing each other on a track. What month are we in? So what we're in March. What is this, March?
Yep, March. Yep.
Y'all wouldn't hear till like next February, January. That's how the industry
hmm
used to be. So a lot of people took offense to this cover and they would have response. So August 3rd, 1995. No, actually, straight out the gate, Wu-Tang Clan's Ghostface and Ray had a skit on the Built for Cuban Links album from Cuban Link. No, not Cuban Link.
A red
Raekwon,
quan.
right? Raekwon's. And they had a skit on there where they talk about biting motherfuckers, where people biting certain flows, biting certain shit. And they specifically targeted Biggie with the album cover of Ready to Die, talking about you stole that shit from Nas, from Illmatic, when he had a baby Nas on it. So they
hmm
were the first one to, go at Big. Then obviously August 3rd, the 1995 Source Awards, the infamous Source Awards. Everything happened at that Source Awards. Um,
hmm
Biggie would win Best New Solo Artist, Lyricist of the Year, Live Performer of the Year, Album of the Year for Ready to Die. He won big at that Source Awards, but what was the highlight was Suge Knight hitting the stage. Um,
hmm
let's get to it at that year. So let me try to remember. 1995. So they go off 1994's work. So we're talking about Snoop Dogg, Nas. Who else? Who else? 1994. Snoop Dogg, Nas, Scarface, and Biggie, I guess. So a lot for artists of the for album of the year. Nas had it was written no Illmatic. Snoop Dogg had Doggy Style. So yeah, he won big. He won big, but that shit was overshadowed. What's your thoughts? Like, damn, trying to think about it because it's hard for me to remember the solo artists. But that was a big win for him. 4 years, like them four. Think about it. Best new solo artist I could get, but lyricist of the year. We're talking about Nas. He
Right.
was doing it at that time. Live performer of the year. I don't really remember Big doing much outside
Remember
of
who?
what, right?
Yeah, yeah. Me neither. Um,
So
I know that Doggy Styles album from Snoop it was a tough album as well. It wasn't like no,
it was
you know what I'm saying?
monumental. That was
Yeah,
a
it's
monumental
solid. Yeah, it's
run.
a solid. Yeah, for sure, for sure. So yeah.
That's for sure. Like when people talk about Dr. Dre's best work, that got to be on the top of the list, bro. That Doggy Style for sure. So
hmm
so Biggie will go on create his little clique, the Junior Mafia. Not really going to get into them too much, but they did have two hits that Players Anthem and what Noli highlighted, Get Money. I like that Get
hmm
Money. What's your thoughts on that Get Money?
I liked that shit too.
And
That beat
actually
was
that
cold.
she I was gonna say not even mention her name, but Little Kim would really break through during these times. Like
hmm
I thought for sure she was holding her own, not just with Big, but anybody she was getting on the mic with. You ask me low key, she probably got the well, I don't consider Havoc a rapper. I call him a producer, but yeah, obviously she had the second best verse on that Mobb Deep joint. What was it called? What was it called? Quiet Storm?
Yep. Dun, dun, dun,
So,
dun. That shit. Yeah.
So at the Source Awards, Suge Knight said, "Hold your head, Tupac. We holding you down till you get home." October 12th, Tupac's released from prison. Tupac's finally home. So during this time while he's in prison, right? Let's highlight this, brother. Let me see if I remember correctly. Before he even goes to court, he gets shot at the Quad Studio where Junior Mafia is actually recorded for that project. What a fucking coincidence. Crazy. So he's locked up. They bring up Biggie, Diddy being at the Quad Studio, and in this infamous interview, I guess he said they knew who shot him, etc. Right? So him being released from prison now is like, what's gonna happen now, right? And we finally we're about to get into some of that, but before we get to that, back to that King of New York shit. The first one to react on the mic was actually Nas on Affirmative Action remix. That was on that From Illmatic to Stillmatic. That was like the Lost Tapes Part 2 type shit.
Okay.
Where he said that was the first shot where he said, "I will take the crown off the king, off the, take the crown off your head, drop it and run around town" type shit. And then obviously on It Was Written, where he's like, "These niggas claim to be king, these so-called kings" type shit. You remember that on It Was Written? So that was towards Biggie. Yeah, so them were shots towards Biggie. So Tupac drops Hit 'Em Up. We already know what that does. The Vibe magazine does the East versus West, Biggie and Puff on the cover. And that's their reaction to "We were not involved in a Quad Studio shooting" type shit, right? Then eventually, Tupac, he was on the fuck Bad Boy, fuck Biggie, fuck everybody campaign from there on out. And that was about it, right? Because after this, it was immediate, like probably a week or two after the Vibe magazine cover was released. Tupac was shot in Vegas. Actually, look, I do got the date. Yeah. So September 6th, Tupac was shot, and September 13th, he passes away 7 days later.
Yeah.
What a crazy coincidence. So September, Tupac passed away. Everything's dead silent from Biggie until March 4th, when Hypnotized video drops. Then obviously we get to where we at now. 5 days later from dropping this video, Biggie Smalls was killed in Los Angeles after attending the Soul Train Awards. So that's fucking crazy that we got to all of that, and that all happened in like just a year after from his debut album. No, actually, no bullshit. 3 years later. So in 96, Tupac passes away. Then like I said, my bad, Biggie gets radio silent until March, Hypnotized. Then that same week, 5 days later, Biggie's assassinated or killed. So think about that, bro. We got a guy partying bullshit, 1993, dropped his debut album in 1994. 1995, I would say, to 96, he goes on like the feature run. We'll get to some of them songs. He goes on the feature run. Then obviously his nemesis passed away in 96, and he passes away 6 months later. So we talking about crazy. One album, one album. He was working on Life After Death, which we're gonna get to now, but he didn't get to see the release of that. So let's talk about where he's at on his death. It's one album in, and just the Junior Mafia project where he executive produced. 3 years from 1994 to 1997. And we're going to get to Life After Death. But as soon as he died, they said the greatest MC of all time died.
Mm.
You think them 3 years, the legacy, the impact, we talked about impact. Them 3 years talk about impact, bro. Where they deemed the dude who was going to go into the second album, but they deemed him the greatest MC of all fucking time within 3 albums. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, 3 years. What's
Yeah,
your
that's
thoughts on?
wild.
I'm not gonna ask you yet, how high you rank them, but what's your thoughts on that? Just that being bestowed upon somebody, like damn, 3 years, they consider him the greatest. What's your thoughts just on that alone, bro?
That shit is crazy. Just simple fact, like there's like how we said earlier, there's so many other people from New York. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, for somebody to be around for 3 years and you give them that crown, shit.
Yeah,
And nobody didn't really like attest to it like that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you said from the beginning who said something about whatever. Nas said a little rebuttals, but then it kind of just um blew over. You know what I'm saying? And it stayed what it was. He was the king of New York. You know what I'm saying? So that shit's crazy.
yeah. They Frank White, like again, it goes to again. Let me just get to what the topic is. I believe that's a huge fucking compliment. Like, we got people at 97. We're talking about, I don't know, maybe like 18, 20 years of hip hop at this time, right? Probably, give or take. I know I'm wrong, but give or take. Guy was just doing it for 3 years and to be bestowed the
Hmm.
greatest MC of all time. Yeah, that's a huge compliment. And I don't know what the hell I was gonna get back to, but oh yeah, the King of New York shit. Um, everybody was always, I'm the best, I'm this. Um, he was like, I'm Frank White. That King of New York shit, that I loved it,
Hmm.
that, right? After Biggie, we did see some of the best contests for that, like the likes of Jay-Z, Nas, Jadakiss, the list could go on and on, that King of New York, right? We're gonna get into that conversation sometime, but I always give it to the guy who is the originator of that shit. And for sure, Biggie forever will be the King of New York. And as far as that aesthetic go, because that's where the disses came from Nas, where Nas was like, I'll take the crown off your head, throw it down. Where he said there's only one, what is it? One love, one king. One love, one world. So there only could be one king type shit. So that was,
Hmm.
so there was people that it was brewing. So if he was alive,
Hmm.
instead of that Jay-Z and Nas, I'm surely we were gonna get Biggie and Nas, right? Because that shit was brewing.
Right.
But we'll get to more Biggie's legacy because I believe this where his impact is the 3 years that he was in the game, right? And they considered him that already. But now we're gonna get into his legacy, where I think his legacy lives is with his next project. So 3 weeks or 2 weeks after his passing, Life After Death, the double disc. Um,
Hmm.
11 is diamond. It's 11 times platinum. Let me check out the comments before we get into Life After Death. And took off the tapping the screen. Yeah, the Diddler. I mean, so Life After Death, 11 times platinum. His first album would I consider this when I think of Biggie, I think of two albums. It's Ready to Die and Life After Death because he was working on Life After Death. He was promoting Life After Death, just like I count Machiavelli to Tupac, right? Because he was working on that project. First and foremost, what's your thoughts on Life After Death as a whole?
Yeah, I like this album as a whole.
Yeah, me, my favorite, like I put it up there, like it's 1A and 1B with like the best double disc albums. It's this and Tupac's All Eyes on Me. But when it comes to New York, this is the album that New York was playing catch up to forever and a day. This is where Biggie's legacy is at to me. You have the likes. I won't say the likes. You have the likes of Jadakiss, Jay-Z, Fabulous. Who else we got out
Mace.
here? Mace was more on
Oh, because he was kind of he was already bad boy kind of.
No, I'm talking about as far as chasing this album, right? So Jay-Z,
Oh,
for
okay.
instance, right? I love Jay. I fuck with Jay-Z heavy, right? He's my goal to me. I think it still stand like that. But it was Biggie's Life After Death, right? So if you listen to Reasonable Doubt, that's totally different. That's Jay rapping his ass off. That's him hungry. This is him telling the world I could do this shit, right? Where the next year, 1997 and 1998, with Volume 1 and Volume 2, you can hear the sounds. Where Volume 1, you can hear more bad boy production in it. Like you can hear him trying to chase that sound because how big Life After Death was. Like I believe Life After Death, Biggie found a cheat code. You know, like I know how to hit him with these dope ass lyrics inside these melodic ass these hooks, right? And I think everybody from the East Coast from 97 on was trying to find this. You know, you had the likes of Nas with Nostradamus and shit. When you ever like Nasty Nas and that sound like some bad boy shit, right? That shit with Jigga, you deserve to be my sunshine. All of that shit was sounding like they were chasing that bad boy sound. And that was based off what Biggie did with this fucking album. I think Biggie murdered this shit. Incredible work. There's some questionable lyrics. I'm always gonna say that. Biggie done spitted some fucking real questionable lyrics, but his flow never been deniable. But some of these songs, we're just gonna get through it. We're gonna get through it. But some of these songs, the way the storytelling, the layout of the album, yeah, I think I put it up there. 1A, 1B. The best double CDs ever. So let's get through it. Life After Death intro is a continuation of Ready to Die's ending of Suicidal Thoughts. I thought that was brilliant.
Yeah, it was dope.
Somebody's Got to Die. Phenomenal.
Psycho, you gotta go.
Yo, the storytelling on that shit. My favorite part, like you double parked at the hydrant, stupid.
Like, yeah, that shit was funny.
Kick in the door. Some of them bars go back to Nas, Ghost Ray, Fuck You Thought, Last Days. Now I like this setup. What Biggie did here. So we got Last Days with the Locks, right? Which I think I think Sheik Luge did his fucking shit. I think his fucking verse was so underrated on this shit. I think he killed that shit. But we got Jadakiss and Biggie just doing their fucking thing. Styles P sung in there, and I'm a big fan of Styles P. What's your thoughts about Last Days, that collaboration,
Yeah,
buddy?
I love that song.
Yeah, that's one of my
It's a dope
favorites.
ass song.
Yep. And then he went, how they say, he went back to back. So he had the locks on Last Days, then he got Jay-Z on I Love the Dope.
The dope, yeah. More than you know.
Me and Biggie B. Yeah, no, man. My thoughts about Jay-Z and Biggie's collabs have been always great. Like, there's some people that when they collab, like, no matter, like, you sound good with your own shit, you sound good on your own shit, but y'all just don't mesh well, right? Biggie and Jay-Z's chemistry was always phenomenal. And what I liked is I believe Biggie got Jay on Reasonable Doubt, and I believe Jay got him on Life After Death. So they start complimenting each other on I Love the Door. I'm a big fan of that song.
Yeah, I like that song. That's a dope song, the beat and all that shit.
Yeah, man. They did their motherfucking shit. For whoever's still rocking with us, we appreciate it. Give us your thoughts. Comment as we go. What's your favorite songs off of Life After Death? What's your thoughts on Biggie's legacy?
Yeah.
So we get into what's beef. I liked it that. If I'm not mistaken, that was supposed to be the original song Bone was supposed to be on, What's Beef. So I'm glad this shit
For
didn't
real?
work out. Yeah. So I'm glad
That's
shit didn't
dope.
work out the way it worked out. I got a story to tell. I thought that was hilarious. I guess you you remember that song about him knocking up some chick that used to play that used to fuck with a New York Knick? Yeah, so I guess the it's revealed that it was Anthony Mason
Oh,
who
for
used to
real?
play. Yeah, man. So Biggie, I guess, was knocking her up and he showed up type shit. So let me see what else we got. Okay, let's leave it there because that's the half of the disc. Let's get into the comments right quick. That was disc one. Life After Death intro. Somebody Gotta Die. Hypnotized. Kick in the Door. Fuck You Thought. Last Days. I Love the Dough. What's Beef? B.I.G. interlude. No, hell no. Hell no. We still going. We still got more money, more problems. What's your thoughts on that song?
I like that song too. It's a great song.
Yeah, man. I think if Biggie was alive, we wouldn't have got all of the shiny suits on that. But I liked it, that song.
Man, looking like a baked potato and shit.
Yeah. It's ceramic in aluminum foil. Ninjas Bleed.
Yeah, I
Ninjas
like that song
Bleed.
too.
Me too. That's one of my favorites, actually. And then I got a story to tell. So, boom, we just laid it out. So let's get into. Let's see what we got. Playing Monopoly real
Monopoly
quick.
real.
Yeah, man. That he got off on that shit for sure. Hove did his thing with the Notorious one. I always thought their chemistry was dope because even on Puffy's other shit, Real G's, I thought they got off on that shit too. All right, so we halfway mark. Disc one. What's some of your favorites so far?
Off of this one?
Yeah. You want me to run
Oh
it back to
man.
you?
I like no, I know it's just so many. I like Damn Near from Somebody's Gotta Die. I like Kicking the Door, Last Day. I love the dough. What's beef? More money, more problems. Ninjas bleed.
Yep.
Yeah, it's like a
Yeah,
lot
so
of them. It's like that.
so you seen what I'm seeing. So we'll get to it right after
Mm-hmm.
we. So you seen what I'm seeing. Yeah, this one was phenomenal. So let's get into this too. We start off with one of the
This morning, Biggie, Biggie.
facts, one of the more classic bad, one of the more classic rap collaborations. We got
Mm-hmm.
Notorious Thugs featuring Bone Thugs. I love that fucking song. What about you, bro?
Man, that's a fucking monumental ass song, bro. Anytime I hear that song, it's just I don't know. It just geeks me up. Like I'm so happy that collab happened.
Yeah, me too. They did that motherfucking shit on that.
And it's crazy how
Big,
Big come off like with they style too. You know? He come off like on a fast flow. He don't come off like smooth, like laid back how he usually come off. You know what I'm saying?
shit. They even said Bone laid their verse down and he took his shit and recorded back in New York. That shit was recorded. Bone did that shit in California. Big did his shit in New York.
Mm.
Then we got, oh, matter of fact, let me just go back to that classic collaboration. One of my favorite songs. I love that collaboration. Stevie J did his motherfucking shit with the production.
I didn't even know he did that production, bro. That's wild.
Yeah, yeah, that is wild. Miss You. I like that song dedicated to his homie who passed away. Um, Another. I liked it that. That's the one with Little Kim. Um,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, man, Little Kim. I'm telling you, I don't. Yeah, Biggie probably was penning their shit, but I don't know. They motherfuckers. They snapped on each other on that, and that was a dope ass song. Going back to Cali, that was a remake of LL Cool J's Cali. What's your thoughts on going back to Cali?
I liked that song. And the next one
Ten crack,
too.
10 Crack Commandments. I did too. Player hater. I liked it that except for Diddy's part. We really didn't need Diddy on that shit. Matter of fact, there's a lot of ad libs. Like for instance, the Life After Death intro with him on it. I could do that.
Mhm.
I could do, I could deal with that. But some songs on here, he's on the ad libs, and it's like, bro, you're not needed.
Right, like shut
At,
up.
yeah. So in that player hater, I like what Biggie was doing, like being humor, but being
Mm-hmm.
serious. Like sadistic humor. I guess I like player hater. Nasty boy. That was pretty decent. I like this guy. What's your thoughts on Nasty Boy?
Yeah, I liked that one too.
Sky's the limit.
Mm-hmm. I liked that one too. With 112.
Yep. I like the world just filled minus Diddy. And this is not because what he's going through. It's just certain songs he just not needed on or don't sound right on. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like more money, more problems. I could deal with Diddy on that. That sound like his lane is up his lane. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so my downfall. What's your thoughts on my downfall? I liked it, the production on that. Love the
I liked
production.
that one, yeah.
Then we got Long Kiss Goodnight.
Mm-hmm.
And then to end it off, You're Nobody
Nobody.
to
Yeah.
Somebody.
I like that one too. Yeah.
So we break it down. Disc one, disc two. Which one, not which one got the better song, but which one is better composed, better put together.
I would go with one
Likewise, I
personally
agree.
for me.
No, me too. Even though like Notorious Thugs is like my favorite song, like collaboration wise, then that's on disc two. All right, so okay, we agree. Disc one. We already went through the rundown. Whoever's still rocking with us, we appreciate it. We just went through the rundown Life After Death. I'm gonna go through them again. Comment what's your favorite songs. Tell us what your what's your overall thoughts on the project. I'm sorry, I'm getting tongue-tied. So we got Disc One, Life After Death intro. Somebody Gotta Die, Hypnotized, Kick in the Door, Fuck You Thought, Last Days, I Love the Dough, Was Beef, B.I.G. Interlude, More Money, More Problems, Ninjas Bleed, I Got a Story to Tell. That's Disc One. Disc Two, Notorious Thugs, Miss You, Another, Going Back to Cali, 10 Crack Commandments, Player Hater, Nasty Boy, Sky's the Limit, World is Filled, My Downfall, Long Kiss Goodnight, and You're Nobody. We ran them down already. What are your probably okay? We already know this one is damn near flawless because we can't even pick just three. This two is dope. I just don't believe this one is as put together fluently like Disc One. So I think I can pick three of my favorite songs on this one. Could you?
Maybe, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go first on this one then. I'm gonna go with damn, that's fucked up because this is my favorite, but it might not be the best on it. Let me pick two of the best first. So I'm gonna go with You're Nobody. I like that one a lot.
Or off of off of the second project, you mean?
Yeah, the
Oh,
second
okay,
project.
yeah. I'll be able to pick three for sure. Yeah.
So I'm gonna go with You're Nobody. I'm gonna go with fuck it, give me My Downfall. And give me Notorious Thugs.
Yeah, I'm gonna do. I would do 10 Crack Commandments. Um, um, Notorious Thugs, obviously, and I'll pick Going Back to Cali because you picked the other one.
Yeah, these motherfuckers. Yeah, overall, this two is not bad. I just don't think it's stronger than this one. That's all.
Yeah, if you would have took a couple songs and switched them up, like one song or and switched it for the first one, you know what I'm saying, just to give this other, this one kind of like this even balance or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, I think this two. If we take off me personally, if you take off Nasty Boy, Player Hater, yeah, I think it'd be because I like the one with him and Little Kim actually. And take Sky's the Limit off too. And you got a solid project. Because I fuck with the 10 Crack Commandments. I do fuck with My Downfall, Long Kiss Goodnight. I'm surprised I didn't pick that one. And You're Nobody. This is a pretty solid project if he drops certain songs. Or rearrange, I guess, I don't know. So
Right.
overall, what's your thoughts? We already said it's a dope project. The productions, I think, like I said, he had the whole East Coast chasing that sound, like literally they emulate the flow, emulate the sound, trying to chase that because this project, I think it was how big it was, how successful it was. Um, I guess because I guess it's a double project. We use the same rating system. 1 to 5, what are we giving this?
For the whole thing, for both,
Yeah.
as a whole.
Yep.
Uh, I would have to say a 5, bro.
That is gangster. Gangster,
I have to
bro.
say. I mean, I don't know how you couldn't. You know, just off
Yeah,
of like just off of the first album, the first disc itself, and then you got the second disc. Like you said, it's not as it wouldn't. The first disc is a little like it's more of a heavy hitter. But if you were to
yeah,
take certain songs off of the second disc and switch them off for the ones on the first disc, you'd have like a pretty even balanced two disc. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, that's true.
And I would give it like it was either a hard 4.5, but I mean looking at like it's two discs, it's what one was they're both 12 about 24
Yeah,
25
looking at
25 tracks.
looking at that, yeah, yeah.
I
I
give it.
think the world of this project. I think for the first 25 years, I believe that Life After Death is probably the best project for the first 25 years of hip hop. If for those inquiring, I say Life After Death is the best project
Mhm.
to me. So give me 2.5 seconds, y'all. Let me really look at this. Yeah, man, I'm gonna have to agree with you. I'm giving Life After Death a 5. Based off not just the music, but the impact of it. His Biggie's legacy lives in this project because, like we already said, how everybody tried to play catch up and try to catch up to Big on this. He had some of the best motherfuckers from New York changing their sound after Life After Death because Biggie was still spitting that shit, but he found the cheat
Mhm.
code. So yeah, man, I give it a 5 as well. What's your thoughts, people? Whoever's still rocking with us, what's your thoughts on Life After Death? We're about to get into um, the next project. So the next one is Born Again. Now these next two projects, right, Mano? Um,
Mhm.
these right here, I'm gonna go through them, and I'm gonna give like I'm talking about from my perspective, and then you tell me about your perspective. So when I judge albums from artists that passed away after the fact that they passed away, like for instance, Biggie was working on Life After Death. Tupac was working on Machiavelli. So when those projects came out, I count them for their
Mhm.
projects. You know what I mean? Whereas
Right.
Born Again, we're about to get into, I judge it as just a listening ear. I just don't hold it to Biggie because some of these songs you can hear are like Ready to Die era, right? So obviously, if he wanted to release them would have been released then. So that's why I don't.
Right.
When I judge these projects, I come from a different angle. But here we go, bro. Hold on, let's check out the comments right quick. I think we do have a comment. Yeah, we do. Agreed. 5. Dope, dope. So there we go. So what? That's 3. No, no, 2 that were in agreement. All 3 of us, right?
I think so.
Yeah. I, I appreciate you, Nick, for sure, and Noli too for the comments. Juice, Joey, Isaiah, Angelina, right? That's your cuz.
Mhm. My
Shout out everybody.
sister Angie.
Appreciate everybody for the engagement as always, man. And one day I'll be able to get the lines in correct. But appreciate everybody that's still rocking with us, man. So let's get into it. Born Again. This came out 2 years after his death. So at this time, if I'm not mistaken, right, Diddy with J Lo, this right before the the shooting. So Bad Boys still at the top of their game at this time. So here we go. Born Again, 2 times platinum. Born Again intro, Notorious B.I.G. What's your thoughts on that song?
I like that song.
Me too. Dead Wrong featuring Eminem.
I like that song too.
Hey, that fucking Eminem's verse on that. I ain't gonna lie, he did his fucking shit. And usually when he gets on that type of time, he usually
Mhm.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't fuck with Eminem when he gets funny like that. I guess that's why I'm not a big fan of Encore. But on Dead Wrong,
Mhm.
rapping aside Biggie, I thought Infinite Eminem would come out. But Eminem did the shit on that. Hope you ninjas sleep. That was pretty decent.
That's a big, with the big timers.
Yeah. Dangerous MCs.
Yeah, for sure. Snoop,
And I think Redman's on that
Buster,
one. Yep, Buster. Biggie, I liked
Buster
it that one.
Boss, Biggie.
Ninjas. I like the remix with 50 better than that one. No, I'm just playing.
Mm.
I fuck with that one. Big Booty Hoes. That's featuring Luke, I believe. Yep. Would you
Yeah,
die
and Too
for
Short.
me? Too short. Would you die for me? I like that. That's what
Hmm.
Little Kim, right?
Yeah.
Come on. Come on. That was pretty decent. I like that one. Rap Phenomenon. That's featuring Redman, if I'm not
Mm.
mistaken, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
right. Yeah, right. Bad and Method Man.
I fuck with that one. Let me get
Let me
down
get
to
down.
you know tonight. If I should die before I wake, I like that one. This one got Who Shot You like 4 years late. I didn't even know why he put it on this album. Not him, did he? Can I
Right.
get with you? I really want to show you, and then his mom's outro. What's your thoughts on Can I Get With You? And I really want to show you.
Can I get with you? Uh, I don't really remember if I really want to show. Oh, it says it got Nas on it, eh? In Casey and JoJo.
Yep. Yeah, this
I
project.
remember. I remember the one with Lil C's. Can I get with you?
I liked it that I liked it that Biggie one. Biggie. Who the all the girls that loved you.
Hmm.
All the girls that loved you. Yeah, I mean, for what they had in the vault, it was nice to hear this, but I could see why some of these songs were shelved because they do some of them verses did sound outdated, but it also showed where he was at them times as far as lyrics. What's your thoughts of this project?
I wasn't too big of a fan of it. There was like a couple songs that I liked, but all in all, it wasn't my favorite.
Yeah,
And like you
this
said, I don't hold it against Big neither. He was already gone. So a lot of this shit is just like picking and choosing stuff and whatnot. But yeah.
people, what y'all thoughts on the Notorious Big's Born Again? What's your favorite songs on the project? Let us know. Um, yeah, again, it was good to hear Big, but this for sure was not like I don't know what Diddy was trying to do. I think he could have found some producers that really could have brought this project more life, right? I don't know. I think he dropped the ball on it, but overall, 1 through 5, what you give it?
um It kind of sucks because like giving it this rating makes me want to change my rating from the first album. The Life After Death was the first one, right?
No,
Or
Ready to Die.
not Life After? Yeah, Ready to Die.
No.
Uh, it kind of makes me want to change my Ready to Die to a 4 and give this either a 3 or a 3.5.
Yeah, I'm a do a 3 with that one. I'm gonna give it a 3. His and I think it was a production failure, to be honest. I think the production could have been better. Could have did it more justice or brought it more life to me. Um Now we get into the final chapter, 2005. Talking about milking the fucking cow. This ain't even fucking new verses. This is all remixes. So we got It Has Been Said, Spit Your Game, which I like. That's the one with Twister and Crazy Bone, right?
Yeah, I like that song too.
Actually, that's probably the only Swiss beat that I like. What you want, get get your
What you
grind
want?
on,
What you?
get your grind on, living the life. I like that one actually. The greatest rapper, 1970 something, featuring the game. I liked that one as well. Nasty Girl, Living in Pain. I forgot who's on the feature on that, but I like that one. I forgot who's the feature on that. I'm with
Living
whatever.
in Pain.
Yeah, who's the feature on that?
Living in Pain. Which one was? Snoop, Luda, Faith Evans, Snoop and Luda.
Yeah,
No, that's I'm sorry. That's not the right one. I'm sorry, that's the wrong one, bro. Living in Pain was Tupac and Mary J. Blige and Nas. I'm sorry.
yeah, that motherfucker. That's the one I like. I'm with whatever. Beef featuring Mob Deep. I thought that was a nice remake. My dad and
Hmm.
them, Hustler Story, Breaking Old Habits. I like that one actually. And you know what's
I
crazy?
liked it down too.
And what's crazy? I didn't like it then. I think I started liking that song like about like 10 years ago. Um, Ultimate Rush, Mikasa, Little Homie Interlude, Hold Your Head. Um, I, what's that? I think that might be one that I do like. Just a Memory, Wake Up featuring Corn, I believe it is.
Hmm.
And then Love Is Everything outro. So this is the last of Biggie. Like there was no more Biggie projects after this, and I'll be first to rate it because I outside of that Swiss Beats shit, I don't think too much of this project. So I love Biggie, and I'm not gonna hold it against him, but this motherfucker get like a 2.5 or a 2 for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just because you know you had heard like because they're just recycled songs with features on them.
Yeah, and some of the production, like it's some of the stuff was remixed too. Like some of the beats are changed up. I just
Right.
I don't know, bro. The duets, like the duets, I don't get it. I didn't understand it. I guess
A
I
money
did like
grab.
it, yeah, for sure. Straight cash out. Yeah, what you give it from 1 to 5?
Um, I'm a I'm a I'm gonna be fair and say like I had this album and I kind of remember bumping it, you know, for what it was worth. And I guess I'll give it a. I like it more than I liked it the last one. I'll give it a 3.5, I guess,
Okay.
or a 3.5, somewhere around there.
Oh, you know what? Now that I think about it, Nasty Girl, that's the one with Nelly, ain't it?
Oh,
Like
never,
that
never nasty girl. Oh, never nasty
Jagged
girl.
Edge.
That's the one.
Jagged Edge.
Yeah, Jagged Edge. And it has Diddy on it.
And Nelly,
I
right? If
think it
I'm not
has Nelly
mistaken.
on it too. Yeah, yeah, it got Nelly on it too. Yeah, yeah.
All right. So there we have it. We are outside of the duets, really,
Back of
because
my mind, I hope she. Oh, I spilled a drink on my cream
yo,
wallows. Reached the gate, hungry, just ate.
yeah, fucking Diddy. He was trying to jump on everybody's shit. I got to try to get high. My bad boy's falling apart. No, it's just shit. So there we have it. We went through 4 albums of Biggie. Oh, we went through 4 albums of Biggie. 2 of them, obviously, he did worked on. He wasn't alive when the second one dropped. We discussed the music. We rated the projects. Um, at the beginning of the show or the topic, we talked about the impact of Biggie. Um, I believe the legacy of Biggie in Life After Death too. I mean, Life After Death. I mean, the project, the second project. Um, so overall, what do you think is the legacy of the Notorious B.I.G?
I think he has uh, a very good, like, strong legacy. You know what I'm saying? Considering, like, I mean, I guess, like, even though this stuff was like like on this last one and stuff, some of the stuff was like remade and whatever. But I don't know, it still was just good to hear. Like, even if some of that stuff was remade or whatever, it was just good to hear it and hear Big and just kind of whatever they kind of put together. But as far as a whole, and his legacy, shit, I think when you talk about, you can't disregard Big. You know what I'm saying? When you're talking about, I hate when people be talking about like a top whatever list and they don't ever put like Big, or they don't ever put Pac, or even Pun. You know what I'm saying? Um, but yeah, I think that he definitely left a lasting impression. And the lyrics, he was the shit that he was saying. You don't really hear people rap like Big. You know what I'm saying? You even said like some of his, he has some questionable lyrics. You know what I'm saying? But I think it was just
Yeah.
the humor in who he was. You know what I'm saying? I think, like, going back to saying like how the aura and his charisma is charismatic. You know what I'm saying? He didn't really give a fuck what anybody thought. That even if that's what he said, you know what I'm saying? It was like nobody won't come and say nothing to me about that shit. That line that I said.
Fucking Big. Yeah, man. His impact we talked about, and I believe his legacy is this that list you talk about, right? That greatest of all time list. Um, I put an asterisk next to Big. And the reason I put that asterisk next to Big, and maybe I might have to reevaluate that, but to me, Big 2 albums set the standard of you can't consider yourself the greatest of all time if you ain't got more than 2 great fucking albums. You feel
Mhm.
me? Because Ready to Die is
Right.
classic. Life After Death is fucking is a masterpiece. Three of us agreed it was a five. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
And if that's what that man left us with, I mean, we got two more projects, but I'm just talking about those two because that's the ones his babies, right?
Mm-hmm.
If this guy did that in 3 years, and and you know they consider him one of the greatest of all time, or the greatest MC of all time, that got to show, or that's basically for the rest of the rappers or entertainers is you can't be no GOAT or you can't be no king of shit if you ain't got two of them in your catalog. You feel me? So
Mm-hmm.
that right there is a compliment to what that man has done. Um, and the reason I put an asterisk to him, and it's not really nothing about him, it's more so like, damn, you know, there's a lot of great artists that, you know, did more than two albums, you know. So for me to big, you know, so I don't know, that's just me, but he is for sure one of the greatest ever to do it. Um,
Mm.
for sure, he one of my favorites. He 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 turned it around for the East Coast. You know, Bad Boy and Biggie did that. You know, when the
Right.
West Coast was out there, when Dr. Dre, I mean Ice Cube and Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg out there just successful, consecutive. You know, out there doing their shit. He was the man in charge to help. You know, we both got Biggie too.
Oh yeah,
He
I didn't even notice you had a big shirt.
yeah, we both he was responsible for that. I know it takes more than one man to turn it around for the coast, but he was the guy at the forefront of that shit. So I think Biggie's legacy to me will be, outside from what he did at his time, will be like going forward when we do these, well, not the favorite ones because that's different, but when we do these GOAT lists, he is the measuring stick. It's like, do you have two albums that are better than Ready to Die and Life After Death to even consider getting on this list? That's where Biggie's
Right.
legacy lies for me. Also, with the King of New York, which we're gonna make that a topic soon, is that King of New York, like, you know, it went from King of New York to now the King of New York was just a New York thing, right? Mono, and now that GOAT conversation opened it up for the whole world to get involved in that, you know, and I love that part. The you know that GOAT conversation because it takes it outside of New York. Now you can throw the rest of the
Right.
world in that. But when it came to that King of New York shit, man, it was like who's gonna be the person to step up this year? Who's gonna, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's his
Right.
legacy to me, man. Um, before we wrap up on Biggie, I would like to say Valletta Wallace turned Biggie's 10 million is crazy. That I just said this man sold over 21 million records and his mom only had a 10 million estate. That's crazy. Flip that 10 million
Wow.
estate to 160 million to real estate investment. And the Notorious Big publishing and publicity rights near sell 100, 150 million. Obviously, all the funds will go to Biggie's children's because I'm sure they wouldn't know how to manage that now that Miss Wallace has passed.
Yeah.
Final thoughts. I'll throw you three questions right quick. Final thoughts on Big's overall music. Your final thoughts on what was Big's presence, and do you think? Go ahead, just give me the first two. Overall
I
music
think
and its
um
presence.
I think people felt threatened by him in a sense. Um because I don't know, just he was so lyrical and shit. It seemed like um he wasn't letting up, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He just kind of had his foot on the gas, on the throttle. And as far as his music, like as far as a whole, like all of his music, yeah, I think is uh, classics. You know what I'm saying? Shit that you could go anytime and put on and listen to and vibe out. You gonna find something. You know what I'm saying? Uh,
Yeah,
and what was
some
the third?
classic
What's
shit.
the third one you was gonna ask?
So I don't know if you remember many, but I'll just list some of his features. 112, Only You with him and Mace. Diddy's All About the
Hmm.
Benjamins. Diddy's
Hmm.
Real G's with no, what was it? Young OGs with Jay-Z and Biggie. Diddy's Victory with Biggie. Um,
Hmm.
then Jay-Z's Brooklyn Finest. What are some of your favorite Biggie collabs?
You named the
Even
victory one. Um,
yep,
what was some of the first ones that you named?
Brooklyn Finest, Jay-Z, Diddy Victory,
Yep.
Diddy's All About the Benjamins,
All
112,
about the Benjamins.
yep,
That one, the
Total,
112 one too.
Total, Can't You See? Um, See, that's what I'm trying to. Matter of fact, before we wrap up, so dumb songs, the 112 and the Total, that's the formula. Fabulous, like he laid that foundation down, like, because to me, ain't nobody out rapping like not not saying out rapping, but I don't think nobody sound better on R&B tracks rapping than Fabulous to me, man. And that's that Biggie
And
formula.
Mace.
Yeah, Mace. Yeah, that's true. I fuck with Mace. I liked it his first project. So yeah, that's it for me. Like musically, I think he was one of the dopest and his presence, like, yeah, Big, you knew Big was around. And I don't mean as far as like you knew the imprint, like I don't know how to describe it, man, but yeah, he most definitely legendary, and I'm glad we got to remember him tonight. Cheap view. Oh, shut the fuck up. Get your button ass out of here. Total. I liked it that. Even though I kind of lost respect for Biggie from him still in his flow. Always thought it was dope how Biggie came up from battle rap to being a rapper like we built it. Yeah, that Biggie. That's why he changed his name. Notorious big because of that. Yes, sir. So yeah, I don't know. You got any questions about the
Me?
Biggie, or should we wrap it up?
I think we're good. Unless anybody else got some questions, like let's see. How about um which one is your favorite project? What's your favorite
Life
project
after
out of the
death.
ones that we Life After Death? Yeah, I
Yeah,
agree.
life after death. Um, Not only for what it did for him and what he did on that shit, but again, bro, I just thought about it. Even Mace, right? Like not stylistically, lyrically, but sonically, yeah, Mace Harlem World was chasing that life after death. A lot of albums that just was just going for it. Big Pun. I love Big Pun. 1998 Capital Punishment. Some of them songs, see that chasing that life after death. I don't know, bro. I don't think till it was like 2001. I think the Blueprint, right? The first Blueprint is when Jay-Z just finally gave up to me. And I mean
Mm,
not give up to me, but gave up like, let me just niche out this new sound, this new wave. And that's when Just Blaze, Kanye West, that sound, the RZA sound and Alchemist sound started making. So
right.
yeah, so I say around it was like 2001. It was over with. But that's it. Go ahead. Matter of fact, appreciate anybody and everybody who engaged with us. All the likes, for sure. The comments. Um, as
For
always,
sure.
man. As always, give us a like, give us a comment, give us a share, subscribe to all our channels. You can find us everywhere. I can't even name it right now, but you can find us everywhere. But you can find Great Minds Think Alike streaming on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. And at the top of the show, in case you missed it, bro got a show coming soon called Panorama, going in depth
Yes,
with his
sir.
interview. So you know we're gonna be promoting the shit out of that. So stay tuned. We got that locked in. And I'm gonna pass it on to my bro. So go ahead, bros. Give out whatever you want to do, shout outs, and then take us home.
Yeah, man. Shout out to everybody that tuned in tonight. Engaged, left a comment, shared the page, liked the page, subscribe. Uh, just kicked it with us, partied and bullshit. Ah, you see what I did there? No, I'm just playing.
I see what you did
No,
there.
but yeah, for real. Appreciate all y'all for tuning in tonight. Another episode of Great Minds Think Alike. We'll be here again next Thursday, 7 p.m. And every Thursday at 7 p.m. I'm Orlito. That's Nove. And we'll see you next Thursday. Peace.
Notorious. Damn.